Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? It is Saturday night. We are back for another stream. I didn't think we were going to have a stream this week, actually, because Thursday night we found our internet completely dead. Customer service at Comcast told us that they couldn't even see the modem, but apparently Friday the modem must have come back alive or something, or they were just full of crap Thursday night. And we're back, so everything is up and running, thankfully. Actually running through a new router. And it seems like the speed tests are actually going better, so I'm wondering if my router's just been on the fritz. Maybe that's what happened a couple weeks ago with the 100th stream. But all that said, we are back and ready for some fun. So thank you for the sub, Guillermo Eduardo Garcia Luna. So we're going to be continuing on this HG Silver Bullet tonight. Hopefully putting a bigger dent in that one. And we're giving away an RG Hi-Nu tonight, so that's exciting. We just got a huge shipment of RG Hi-Nus in, so if you want one, definitely head over to the website and grab one. And yeah, I'm going to jump in a chat and say hello to everybody. And then I'll get back to building. So what's up, George? Welcome. Danes, how's it going? Matthew Mahoney, Rob Rosencrantz, Aspen, Yahalo, starting on the MG Eclipse. Thanks again, Nick. No problem. What's up, Chad C, Sig Zeon, Louis Wong, Dylan Dull. Hard to be careful with the legs going into the pelvis. Hopefully I remember to sand them down a little bit. I haven't heard about any of the flaws myself, but I haven't really been paying attention to the Eclipse at all. What's up, Disapparate, Batacar Prime, Gil Gurgs. Looking forward to a good chat. Welcome. What's up, Hago 5, Ichi, Kuda Bear, Lawrence Tong, Wyatt. Thanks for the sub, Ravage 790. What's up, Lamek? Just leaving dub. Mark, help keep joints nice and stiff. I suppose extra plastic can help. It might cause more wear and tear faster though, if it's relatively jagged in the joint and it's moving around a lot. So something to consider. I've been working on multiple Gundams, can't seem to finish one before I want to start a new one. I feel your pain there. I've got so many in progress kits right now. It's a Buster, XS Gunpla, Kyle Dixon, Dull, watching the stream from Oakland, California tonight. Spent the week with my sister's family. Cool. Watching from the road. What's up? Ravage 790. I'm looking stuck on call at work times that I can watch the live stream and try to fit RG Hi-Nu. Silver Linings. What's up, Josh Pontius, Chase Tuttle, Jim Bahina, James Harrington. What can we be working on now? The HGUC Silver Bullet. Pop the manual over here real quick while I'm going through the chat. So, RDD and Perlis. Eating. How's your day been, Nick/chat? Mine was pretty good. Morning was good. Took the kids to a friend's birthday party this afternoon, so I feel like I got cooked sitting around outside, trying not to be bored. So David Codd, my channel, Kilo Delta, Chris C, Arrow Moose, what's up? Not like the stickers in the silver boat at all. Still good. Looks good without most of them on it. I plan on painting this one myself, so no stickers for me. I think you guys know my feelings on stickers by now. Shino Buniko, what's up? Tim's odds and ends. Looking forward to seeing Nick build something that won't take months, right? Only maybe a couple more weeks on this one tops. Mike to the X, what's up? Dramaturgy, Turgle. It's Turkey. Titan Warlord, what's up? Pretty sure the RG Unicorn took him a year. I don't think it was quite that long. I think the Blade Liger was longer. Silver Bullet looking badass so far, Nick. Thanks. Honestly, the more I look at the image of this design, there's so many things about it I don't really like. So I'm wondering what I'm gonna have to change about it. I might have to like kit bash some stuff onto this. Appreciate the extension of Skill Builder Challenge. No problem, Artie. Want to get more people in on that. Try using clear acrylic paint on the peg and just keep letting dry and adding layers until it fits better. That's definitely a good way to go. So Bobby. Some Urfig. Let's see. Got a silver bullet that I aim to custom paint to resemble the Gundam Mark 5. Cool. I think I'm caught up, so I'm going to get into building on this one. How's everyone doing this evening? Hopefully well. There's no better way to ruin a model than to put stickers on it. Needs a big gun, obviously. Maybe. I don't know. Like, I like the sleek nature of this. I feel like the skirt just looks weird. And the forearms a little bit. I don't fully love the shape of the feet. It's just like a few little things. So Dan Bowman. Okay, so I'm gonna need some PC runners, but D3 is the main part I need here. I was very pleasantly surprised to be able to get back online when I got home Friday. Kate was able to get connected going directly to the modem, so appears like the router might have been the issue. But I'm really curious as to whether that was the reason the stream went down back we did the 100th stream. What's up, Lord Tiger? Dino Nalgan, what's up? Router just died. I think it did. Like, it just seemed to, like, that might have been the issue, because if we were connected directly to the modem, we were good. Look at Dovin Wolf more than the Silver Bullet. I had to look at the Dovin Wolf, maybe. Maybe that's a slightly better design for me, too. But this is what's in front of me. So I happen to have another router sitting in the closet, like new in packaging, and so I swapped that one out yesterday, and it seems like it's running beautifully so far. All the speed tests have been good. Ongoing effects of the 100 stream. Like, I wonder if it was like close and it just crapped out and kind of came back that night. Maybe it's been due for replacement. Yeah, Comcast always the router till you can call and complain and suddenly it works again. That sounds about right. Makes joint guard, pre-cut tape if you want to try that. Like cheapo would just buy a roll to me a tape though. Bash builder with desk side active cloak. I don't know that like, I like the backpack is one of the things I like about this design. It's the skirts that I'm not super fond of. That like kind of rounded look just looks weird with all the other sharp angles on this. So Paul Kardash. Was my favorite build. I've done the nub bar cleanup was so easy because the gates were tiny. That's cool. It's a little tiny, a little clear nail polish on the joints. A little floppy myself, but mine I just pose and put on a bookshelf, which is quickly becoming crowded. So D stocks, what's going on? Hey Nick Germany, how's it going? Welcome. Maybe just sneak in from the last bit of work. How's the sanding? Building gone. Good so far. Welcome. What's up, Robert Salo? I have Comcast when I lived in Somersworth. They got to be the worst ISP I've ever had. Yeah, I curse Comcast at least once or twice a year, it seems like. The service was horrible, so I got on like a live chat using my phone Thursday, and whoever the customer service rep was horrible. They like seemed to train them to spend all sorts of time trying to be pleasant, and I don't need pleasant. I just need my internet to work when I'm on the, on a live chat with someone from customer service or tech support. Like, pleasant doesn't hurt, but when they're wasting their time trying to assure you that they're going to do their best to solve the problem rather than just looking at what you're actually asking and trying to give you a solution, I find incredibly annoying. It seems to be like a trend with a lot of customer service things these days. Thanks for the sub, P-Bear. I'm supposed to be getting my HGVO kit this week. Nice. Thank you, everyone. Hope everyone is having a great Saturday night. What's up, Drez? MG Deluxe coming today. Excited for that one. Nice. Pack up my collection, about 14 built and 11 unbuilt. Can't imagine the work. Need to pack up a big collection. Yeah, I can't imagine having to move a collection. It seems like it'd be a lot. Just moving like a couple models to bring them to like a show or something is tough. Thank you for the sub, Cow XXPR. One of the reasons why I don't want to sell my house. There you go, Tim. So it looks cool. Might have to grab one eventually. Yeah, it's an interesting design. I don't know. I'm not in love with some parts of it, but as a whole, it looks cool. Already built the Silver Bull's impressive though. I haven't been able to compare them side by side. What's the besides the multiple arm gimmick, are there other major design differences? My problem is they always made me go through the same steps that I've already tried. Even if I tell them I already did it, it's usually after that I find everything works fine again. That also sounds familiar. They get on the phone, it's like I've already tried rebooting the modem and rebooting the router. It's, followed all the traditional troubleshooting steps. What's the next thing? Do you know about any outages, any of that kind of stuff, etc.? Look at the OVA Silver Bullet more than the UC. OVA is a little more bulky. Interesting. What's up, Mark? Batitas? What's up, MG GX 9900 too as well. First MG was sort of impulse. Interesting. I think I put a year and a half ago with HLJ. So the first MG will be the ground. Gundam ground. Interesting. Hey, Skyrider RJM, what's up? been trying to find time to finish my victory to assault buster. Interesting. How's that been so far? Spoon color test. Just build black gloss in the carpet. That was a build pretty good. Skyrider. It's a bummer on the spilling the paint in the carpet. Paint spills are the worst. Looking forward to doing my MG double riser, little intimidating, but can't wait. Should be a fun build. Sorry, I'm so chatty, guys. Had a bang before watching the stream. I feel like I could use a ridiculous amount of caffeine right now. Today, I think, wiped me out a little bit. A little more than I thought it would have. Okay. 1, 3, and 12 off the A runner. I still feel kind of cooked from being outside all day. It's on the fence by the Shinmusha I just ordered from you the other night in ICG. I hear it's a good build, so you should have fun with that one. What grits are the sponges you're using? Jehu, I use 400, 600, 1000, and 1500 typically. Except for the RG God drop. Can't wait to build it. Nice. Yeah, that should be a fun one to get in. What's up, Rick Henriquez? Try some push-ups. Helps me out when I have to sit and nodding off. See, that's just a ploy to get me to do push-ups on stream. It seems like a weird request that people would ask. The kits I've been waiting for released, and I was unable to get, so now we play the waiting game again. It's like half the hobby, isn't it? They could get some AMSR standing tonight. And killed me on the restocks of a lot of kits I want with no budget. Yeah, it seems like I feel like things have been lasting longer than they typically would for the same quantity of stuff that came in a lot of cases. And I think it's just like people being crippled by opportunity. There's just so many good kits coming in stock at the same time that people's wallets aren't really able to recover. It's been nuts. Surprised HG when Longo was not announced yet, but they have so much this year. And what about AV98 Ingram? And man, Good Smells white plastic is kind of gross looking. What's gross about it? Is it like the color? Is it a texture thing? Oh, you already answered it. It's a really dull gray shine that makes it look kind of cheap. We sold that super quick. How many did you guys get in? The MG, we only got like 2 cases of it in. Most kits these days, we're starting to get pretty large multiples of cases on the newer orders, but some of the older orders are still definitely not the numbers we need. So those kind of scenarios should happen less and less as we proceed into the coming months. Kids when I have no money and bills to pay, and the wife looks at me with that look. Finish the gold frame Astray. I think I'll do the C packs next. Nice. Do you like remote weapons like funnels and incoms? Just ask me because of what you're building. Not typically, honestly. I mean, I don't think I've built, this is probably one of the first builds I've done that actually involves any sort of incom or funnel type thing. This one just kind of, I don't know, looked cool when it came in. I just kind of saw it when we got them in. I was like, maybe I'll grab one. I picked up a kit at the shop this week, and I just wanted to say thank you in the menus for fixing my bonehead mistake of adding shipping to an at the shop purchase. No worries. Anytime. We've been doing that. That's happened plenty of times, and the other way too, so It's not a big deal. It's been the plastic really bad to cut, but it actually cuts fine, so that's strange, interesting. Anyone that has extra parts around, I broke one of the shoulder joint pieces to my Thunderbolt, and I'm having the hardest time finding a replacement. Mecha parts guy is out of them too. That's a bummer. I don't. Maybe somebody else does. It's up 2 hands. Golden Striker will be another release of the RG Hi-Nu this year. I'm not sure. I think it's been on other order forms. We don't have the confirmations yet though, but we've got a lot of them in right now, so it's a great time to take an RG Hi-Nu or 2 off our hands. Makes sense. I'm glad I camped the product page, definitely. Sucker for remote weapons, Moon Gundam new and Hi-Nu, Sosby, they have my heart. I've got a lot of those kits in my backlog. I just haven't built them yet. And I just don't... I don't know. I think I'm drawn to the more like realistic stuff. So some of those things that rely on like new type abilities and all that kind of stuff to be able to use just don't sit as well with me. And they're hard to display. At least like in action. And I kind of feel like action poses are better than static standing poses most of the time. Building one, just want to know if I'll be able to get another customized later down the year. Possibly. Like I think they were on an order form. I can never tell what's going to go on an order form and actually become available, and what's going to go on an order form and just get scrapped for that purchase cycle because not enough people order it, and they have to pick and choose which things to produce. And with some of our, like, the random, we've been receiving a ton of stuff. A lot of the things we're actually receiving like 2 or 3 different quarters orders all at once because the initial orders were delayed so much. And they must have finally gotten the product produced and into the country. So based on how much we have in stock of some of these right now, our next time they show up in an order form might not be as big just because we're well stocked at the moment. But that, it's hard to say what we're going to have in stock at any given time. Really building one, just write that one. Load of funnels with the subs before Kyle ones were about enough to drive me to drink. On this channel after ordering some number 57 kits a couple weeks ago. These little guys are insane from the build, customized pose and display. Cool. They look like fun kits. I've been kind of tempted for, I think it's the Armored Puppet was the one I was looking at. I thought it'd be kind of cool, but never got around to grabbing one. I'm also looking forward to hopefully getting back to some painting tomorrow. I think I just mainly at the top coat. The last set of pieces in my Dom R35 is ready for decals and panel lining and all that good stuff. Again, hi y'all, miss anything? Not much. Silversmith Gaming, welcome. If you ever paint your kits, a lot of them I'm trying to paint more and more of them. There's been a bunch of kits historically that I haven't painted, but I'm trying to paint most of my kits these days, which is part of the reason why I feel like I have so many like in progress kits, because I snap build them for the stream and then it takes a lot longer to paint kits than to snap build them usually for me. Everyone, it's been so long since it's been here. Welcome back, Henry Sandoval. Oppenheimer just got my Display 3.0 nippers from you. So this next build will be my first with high-end nippers. Nice. Let me know how it goes. It should be a night and day comparison, I think. Been so busy, I feel that. Joined late. Just wondering what grits you were sanding with. Chronic Rebellion, I got 400, 600, 1000, and 1500 are my go-to grits on the sanding sponges. Will that sandpaper last you an entire HG kit? Not usually. I cut these little squares out of these bigger sheets. So, for example, I use 3M mostly just because I bought a ton of it years ago, and it's lasted me a while. I'll probably run out in the next year or so. But I usually have to like change out the pads every, I don't know, hour or so. So a kit like this, that might be like 5 or 6 hours worth of building, maybe. I'll use 5 or 6 sets of these. You paint indoors or outdoors? Indoors, up in the attic where the attic that used to be the warehouse before we moved into the warehouse. We turned it into a hobby room, content studio, whatever you want to call it. And I've got an airbrush booth up in the one side by the window. Think they'll ever revisit the Hi-Nu and MG grade fashion, non-Verka? I mean, it's possible. I mean, to answer the question, probably, just because it seems like everything comes around again. It just might be another 15 years for all we know. It's hard to say. This is Nick's Only Sans channel. Do you do your kids with the gun permaclass files? I haven't, but I need to try them out. What's up, Nick and all Mecha fam? What's up, Jay Punisher? RG Hi-Nu was in stock last year, sat for a bit if I recall. Yeah, the old, I feel like the Hi-Nu Verka is more popular maybe. It's weird because some kits will sit around or we'll get a bunch of them, and what felt like a lot of a certain kit is not a lot now, or vice versa, because the number of them that have been available and stuff. So it was slower to get all the small nooks and crannies. Yeah, the one thing I need to look into myself more is like the little like photo etched sanding boards, or the thin display sanding boards that you attach the sandpaper to for those small little areas and stuff, because those are definitely a pain. You built the MG or RG Hi-Nu yet? I have not. Golden Striker. The razor, it's nice to get down to a small mark before I get rid of it with the sanding. Oh, daughter isn't tired yet, so she's joining me watching the stream. Nice. Welcome, you kicked my dog's daughter. Thank you for the sub, Renegade Leader 1. We're probably closing in on time to do that first draw of the evening for that RG Hi-Nu we're giving away tonight. Nick just thought I'd stop by and say hello. Well, welcome. First time watching the stream? Use the white gun primer sanding sponges. They're awesome. I've heard good things. Nick could probably been asked, but with the MGEX strike being advertised as November, when you think we would expect them here? Late December or January? Something like that. But then again, we had some November releases from this last year's November release that I think might have arrived in like April. So it's hard to predict what things will look like that far out from now. We can hope. I still haven't gotten the order form yet for the MGEX, so it'll be a little while before we get our pre-orders up. Speaking of photo etch, have you ever used photo etch parts? Any advice? I haven't, so I don't really have too much advice on them. I do need to try them out sometime. Weren't there photo etch for this one? First time get you live. Cool. Welcome. I need to look this up now. I think we have photo. Yeah, we have some. Maybe I'll have to do photo etch for this build. No Stella Tears version? I don't think so. Just got the razor and the gunpowder balances from Mecha Warehouse. Total life changers. A little challenging on narrow nubs though, I bet. Started with just building kits years ago, but then started panel lining and occasionally top coating. Or nowadays I have to paint every kit I build, and started diving into scribing. Nice with the scribing. I gotta try that out too. Nick, got the pre-orders to the RG Gundam still? They are, Izzy boy. Stream put her to sleep. Model building, ASMR success. Nice. Any suggestions for a good scriber? I haven't done any scribing either, so I don't know, maybe somebody in the chat has recommendations. I've only used one. I think it was one of the Mr. Hobby chisels or something, and I couldn't really tell you if it's better or worse than others. Include some display recommendations. That's probably what I'm going to grab when I start scribing myself. Just because it seems like a generally recommended brand that's fairly easily available. Okay, would you like a reprint of? The one kit that I would die for a reprint of is the MG Just a Cannon. It was a P-Bandai release, and I missed it back when the Mecha Warehouse was Very, very young. The Live 10 code going away. Live 10 is away, just like all the other codes. If you missed it, the weekly update, not yesterday, but the previous Friday, explains in depth what happens to all of our whatchamacallits, discount codes. The abbreviated version, though, is that some of our discounts with our main Bandai supplier went away, as they did for everybody else in the industry too. And so rather than increase our kit prices, we decided to do away with the discount codes. Yes, I did just want to confirm. Oh, okay. I'm busy. Do appreciate you staying up front with this stuff, Nick. No problem, Ramos. There's still going to be birthday codes. Birthday codes are still going out. They're 10% now instead of 15. But they are still going out. So you can make up a story that hackers are selling the codes like another vendor did. Selling the codes. That's funny. I know that we've been looking at codes from a marketing efficiency standpoint for a while, and I don't think the codes have actually been all that useful in terms of determining which sponsored builders were sending us more traffic, for example, because a lot of those codes end up on coupon sites, and we'd see random spikes where if you looked at which code was at the top of the most popular coupon sites that week or that month, those were the ones that performed the best. And it didn't seem to correlate necessarily with content, which is interesting. Where are we at here? Has the shipping to Alaska changed? It has not. We kept that the same. A lot of the Oconus shipping rates can be brutal. I probably need to double check those at some point. Regarding the discount codes, one from Black Friday. So the Black Friday 2021 codes expired on the 31st, I think. The 2020 codes technically didn't have an expiration date. If yours doesn't work, just contact us and I can check on it. Will discount codes ever come back in the future? I can't say they won't. I just don't know what the future holds in terms of pricing and all that kind of stuff. If prices were to go down or MSRPs were to increase faster than Costa, maybe they would. It really depends. Okay, so let's do the first draw of the night. So, giving away that RG Hi-Nu. So what we usually do is ask a question and ask for a number in a number range, and then we draw winners that way. So, for the first question, since we're giving away a Hi-Nu, question this time is going to be which design do you like better, the new or the Hi-Nu? And you're going to put a number between 1 and 1,000. So new or Hi-Nu, 1 to 1,000, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses, and we'll draw it in a little bit. And to be fair, Nick is cheaper than everyone without the codes. And that was one of the things we try to point out too. For almost everything, there could be exceptions, and if you see an exception out there somewhere, please let me know. But our base prices without codes should be pretty much everybody else's prices out there. That, you know, accepting sales and stuff like that, probably. kind of want to count these. I don't know if I got the time to count if I want to keep building though. Somebody should count all these responses, which is better, or not better, but which wins, Hi-Nu or new. Kind of looks like Hi-Nu, but it's hard to tell. Okay, 8 and 6. Prices are much better than my local stores even with shipping. Wow. Seems like a lot of local shops essentially add shipping to their in-store prices, which blows my mind. But it's not a super uncommon thing from what I've seen. I don't have a local store for anything nerd related. Kansas sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Can't stay but want to drop in, drop a like and wish you a good stream. Thanks, Evil Hippie. Thank you for dropping by. Alaska, most kits you can expect a $6 to $10 increase in kits. That's not super surprising. At least Alaska has the excuse that it must cost more to get anything up there. So you would kind of expect those prices to be higher. It's when you see those inflated prices at a store in a major metro area or something, it's just kind of like, why? Funny thing with the discounts are a slower price. Didn't JCPenney run into a problem a few years back when they tried to get rid of their sales, just lowered their base prices to a lower overall? If I recall, their customer base couldn't tell the difference and they lost business. It's funny. There's a lot of, I mean, you look at certain stores, the one that my wife talks about when we were discussing pricing and stuff like that is stuff like, was it Kohl's, where they're constantly running these huge sales and their base prices are hyperinflated. And, you know, apparently it works for them. I'd rather put our best price forward. I mean, the other thing people miss out on all the time is that we don't have sales tax either because we're based in New Hampshire. New Hampshire doesn't have a sales tax and even has laws in place to protect us from other states trying to collect sales tax from our customers. So there's a, you know, 3 to 9% or whatever the range of sales taxes are out there. Discount for a lot of people that people don't even necessarily know exist. Do you use a one nipper method or do you use one for general cuts and the other for final cuts? I use one nipper, but I do use 2 cuts usually. I think this crowd is a lot more aware, probably. The local here is Hobbytown. They're pricey, but Impulse is in Denver near where it works. That's a plus. The place that I've been marking up. My buddy found the Unicorn Full Armor Vercad, a store in Texas, and they want over $220. Wow. Whereas prices are great. Order from West Coast and it gets here fast. Nice. Kohl's is notorious for that. Hobby Lobby does the same. Right, so I open an online business, do it in New Hampshire. I mean, there's reasons to do it somewhere other than New Hampshire too. Shipping cost wise, if we were based right in the center of the country, would be the best for our shipping costs. But coming from a 7% sales tax area, I appreciate that. Didn't even know what the sales tax was. Cool. Hampshire's good like that. That's definitely one of the cool things about New Hampshire. There's a law in the books that says if any state wants to demand that we collect sales tax for them, they have to notify like the New Hampshire Attorney General's office well in advance before they can even contact me. And that's, I think, intended to give the state of New Hampshire enough heads up to start building the case and the countersuit or whatever to fight it. So it's like a states' rights issues, and I'm at least confident that the state, at least as it stands right now, would be trying to protect me from having to collect sales tax. A local store selling MGX Uni for 550% store closing discount because they're transferring to a different area. That's crazy. Will we be getting into resin kits, or is it a pain in the ass? We'll probably get into resin conversions at some point when we get space. There's a lot of weird IP issues there. A full-on kit we'd probably never do because that'd be like a third-party kit, but if it were add-on parts and stuff like that, it would potentially fall on the safe side of that line as far as I'm concerned. So that's something we're going to look into when we get to the new warehouse. Okay, so I'm calling time. State at 6.35% sales tax. It's not awful, but our income taxes are brutal. We don't have an income tax in New Hampshire either, which is also cool. I found the way to pay the equivalent though, because there's some like business profits and business enterprise taxes. They're really low rates, but I found a way to pay New Hampshire taxes, I guess. Thanks for the sub, Hammer Biotech. Do you ever consider opening up an anime store? I mean, maybe I could see opening an anime wing. And use UPS to use any of their small business solutions, like which ones? Solutions like which ones? We buy all our shipping labels through Shopify, actually. Will there be issues if you sell third-party kits? I think there will be. We're not going to ever do that, just because of the IP copyright laws and stuff, and wanting to respect our, the source of our main source of stuff. Need to move to New Hampshire. You have no income tax. Our property taxes are supposedly higher than other places, but I think proportional to property value, they're not. Like, living in Massachusetts for most of my life, I'm pretty sure we pay a similar property tax to maybe what my parents do, and but the rate is a lot higher. Their house is just worth more. Okay, so let's draw this first number, 979. So 979 for the Hi-Nu. If anybody, I'll just punch in real quick. I didn't see it. If anyone wants to check if we had a winner, I can confirm. And we'll post up another set of numbers soon. Curiosity, any particular reason on the site the decal options show with kit grades versus separate menu for them, like action bases? It was 979. Closest doesn't matter, House of Hain. It's got to be dead on. We'll draw again if we got no winners. You don't sell Susan or EW accessories. Some stuff's just because we haven't been able to get to it, and others are because they infringe on IP law. So I'd love for a couple of mechs. What other anime are you interested in? I haven't really watched any other anime recently, anyway. Got here late. What are the numbers being mentioned here? It was for the giveaway for the Hi-Nu. But so yeah, back to the decal thing. I think there was something we were working on for that to change that up. I don't know if we changed that. It's the way things are tagged, so I think you can filter by kits. I I think you filter by like model kit and then by grade, and it will give you just model kits, if I remember correctly. From Maine, your New Hampshire property taxes through the roof. That makes Maine want to raise their rate because your tax. Yeah, I mean it could be. I don't think it's as bad as people think it is generally, but I mean the state's got to make up its revenue somewhere. The good news on that is you're taxed based on what you own basically, so you can avoid a lot of that tax by not owning, a massive property or something. And if you own a mansion, then you owe more on it. Pros and cons to everything, I guess. But it's nice to know that when you buy something, you're paying the price that is listed. You don't have to think about sales tax on it. The reason I ask, I go catalog kits by grade. MG, for example, is when I filter by availability. The majority of the time, the decals filtered top by default. Let's look at this real quick. So I go, let's say I go grade, I go master grade. And then I could also go to model kit and select snap. Yeah. So if you, the quick fix Kratos is if you, after selecting a master grade, there's a filter for model kit, and you can select snap or glue, and that should filter out all of the decals from that. Because it's not if you're going to a catalog, model kits by grade. Yeah, it's going to the master grade collection. We probably need to look at that. I'll bring that up with Patrick on Monday, and we can look at that. I think it's because that's a collection based on just the master grade tag, and maybe we need to add another filter to that collection to have a default to not show decals. I'm sure there's a lot of other little gotchas that we've missed as the catalog has increased. Let's ask you if they plan on putting a mechanic to filter only stuff that's in stock. We already have an in-stock filter. It's the first filter on the top left when you look at the catalog. Availability, filter in stock, out of stock, or pre-order, I think now. It's RNG work, by the way. They're not bad and have unique designs. Glad you enjoy that. Stream on Twitch too. No, I just stream on YouTube. Kuda Bear. I should look at going on Twitch again and multi-streaming. building is our giveaway today. Benedetto, we are giving away an RG Hi-Nu tonight, and I am working on the HG Silver Bullet. I see a lot of new subscribed. Thanks for the sub. It's like Silver Bullet Suppressor. It's just the Silver Bullet, not the Silver Bullet Suppressor. I think they're very similar designs, though. How many builds across the board have you done? A lot. Probably 60 to 70. They built the Silver Bullet last week. I started on it last week. The stream's only 2 hours long, and I put some effort into kits, so I'm trying to get it as paint ready as possible. Where'd you store the blade lagger? Right now, you can actually probably see it. It's in the back corner over here. What is that? Oh, is that just the glare of the light or something? Interesting. But it's back in the corner right now. I need to find a longer term home for it. Put a headline on the screen reading out the kit in progress. Yeah, probably. I don't have any big Gunpla goals. My next big thing is going to be trying to get all the MGGPO family of kits. Interesting goal. Build Mark II Titans tonight. Build Silver Bullet, but Silver Bullet is next on the list. Cool. Building a Resin Force Impulse right now. Interesting. Okay, that's the HG Silver Bullet, Sean. Everyone's about to die, but I'm determined to see who wins the Hi-Nu. Best of luck to you. Do you have a charger? Probably should do that second draw shortly here. What brand of grits are you using for sanding? I need a recommendation to start using some. So hey bro, I use 3M. I got 400, 600, 1000, and 1500. And I only use, I'm only using this brand because I bought so much of it in the past. There's plenty of other options that are good too. Okay, before I put these pieces on, let's do the second draw of the night. First we're going tonight because I can't find a Reborn's Gundam. Grab the subs for Kaiway. Have a great price. Thanks, Tim. Alright, so let's throw a number between 1 and 700, and we're going to answer the question this time. What do you think is the best beginner kit? We did a video on Wednesday this week about best kit to start with. So what's the best beginner kit and a number between 1 and 700. Remember, 1 number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses, and we will draw in a little bit. Any recommendations in your shop? So Disbay, we just got Disbay restock recently. I think we still have it in stock. They've got sets and they're like pre-cut strips. And you can buy refills of the individual grits and stuff. I've got one that's like a higher grit pack and one that's like a lower grit pack. That's been really popular. Good answers. All right, C8. Oh, just C8 both sides. Sandpapers. What's your favorite kit? I mean, there's so many good ones. Probably the Master Grade Heavy Arms or Heavy Arms Custom. They're both good kits. But I mean, there's so many good ones out there. I mean, RG Granddaddy with my hands and with tools. Had to test if actually was a great entry beginner kit. Nice. Do you feel like it suffered a lot when you did it toolless? Just use the box. Get one of those runner organizers. They're pretty cool. We got these on the site. They're tag art. They work okay. The bigger runners can be more of a problem than the smaller ones because they're only so wide, so they're not super hard to knock over. As is evidenced by every once in a while I knock like all of them over like dominoes. What a kit they were excited for, really disappointed in. To me, the HG Heavy Arms was a letdown. What let you down about it? I haven't built the most recent HG Heavy Arms yet, but I'd like to at some point. I think I got one on my backlog. That tools did fine, just couldn't clear up any nub that was left. Sometimes it pulled too much off with it, left a dent. Can't expect much without tools, definitely. So the blue one is a company mascot. Do you have any other color variants of official numbers as well? Nothing that's been published. They do have numbers. But I don't know that we've published them anywhere yet. Is it Hell versus Sandrock who wins? Probably depends on the environment a little bit, but Death Side Hell probably has a little bit of an edge. Okay, I'm gonna call time here. First real clip was the HG GNX, partially clipped with nail clippers and pushing the parts through with my thumb. My first kit to 1998 HG Heavy Arms Custom. So we're checking pre-order we have pending. I don't know what I have to expect from you. We don't have accounts on the site right now, so there's no like easy way, unless maybe you have an account on with the shop app. I'm planning on looking at accounts in the near future when I get a chance to breathe. I just didn't get as excited again like I normally do. I just threw it on the top of the bookshelf behind my goof. Interesting. Okay. So for the second draw, the number is 380. Write that down. I'll try searching real quick. Oh no. The only 380 I see has just a number. Supposed to put a number and an answer to the question, Sean. Yeah, it's gotta be in the same post. I'm so sorry, dude. It's gotta be in the same post. We do it because there's actually several numbers that YouTube blocks if you post just the number. Yeah, it's total bummer, but that's the rule. Another real chance been months. Yeah, it's been that way since, I don't know, around the beginning of the year. I think it was the charity stream was where we instituted that. Because we had somebody who put in the winning number, but the number didn't show up for anybody but that person, I believe, because YouTube censors certain numbers on its own. If you post just a number and it's a certain number, there's at least one or two that they block because there's like, I don't know, white supremacy ties or something like that. So that's why we instituted the rule. So it's been that way for a while. And usually if I notice somebody post just a number, I'll call it out. I don't think those are the ones, Ravage. There's a couple numbers, or at least one number that's tied to white supremacy I know about. I haven't seen any other numbers specifically yet. I knew I missed out on the new RG. Hopefully luck will give you a second chance. What the drawing's for? The drawing is for an RG Hi-Nu Gundam. We just got them in stock. Is there a consolation prize for Sean? I don't know. heavy arms, I give him a high grade heavy arms if you don't care about box damage. So he asked me to play almost 6-2. Heavy arms E-gel. The E-gel looks so cool. I got one of those in my backlog too. Hopefully I'll be able to build it someday. The Jerry stream with the hidden number would have won the Sotheby's before Ka, maybe. It might have been. I don't remember what it was that was going to be won, but Guardian's overrated or worth the hype. I love mine. They've been good. What I don't know, because I haven't used the Display 3.0s enough, is whether it's worth it over the Display 3.0s, because the 3.0s are definitely cheaper. And are probably pretty much as good. Favorite Gundam original soundtrack. I think the Unicorn's got a pretty good soundtrack, in my opinion. The Godhand PN125, they're like $10. I think they're supposed to be pretty good. Best anime to start watching. That's a good question. I don't know if I have an opinion on that. I'm here to have to finish Moon Knight. Moon Knight was so good. Thought about asking for permission to play a Gundam soundtrack during one of your streams, or does that never come without a licensing fee? I don't know. I don't know who I'd ask. You feel about their stores with the goalposts for pre-order estimated ship dates? I mean, the ship dates are what they are. They keep moving, not because the stores have any control over it. It's because, shipping or Bandai outright decides to delay things. So I don't know that you can put any of that blame on stores. Did I miss a second drawing? Probably. Okay. That needs to factor in the US. I doubt it'll ever happen though, because the molds, I wouldn't want to ship those molds back and forth. The risk of damaging it in transit seems way too high for the cost of those molds. Okay. Right hand here, D1, F19 and 20. Dealing with lovely employee issues. Just on the HUD stream, give away by one number. Yeah, it's rough. It's like almost worse to be close. I just want a cheap, huge kit to customize, so mega size is good. Alternatively, I could print one or resin printer, but can't find good models. I think the mega sizes should come around again this year sometime, I think. Stream where I missed all four polls by one. Where's a good place to post photos of kits that I built that were 100% purchased from Mecha Warehouse? I'm not really sure what you mean. I mean, post them wherever you want to post them, I guess. We do have the Spotlight. If anyone wants to grab the Spotlight submission link and drop it in the chat. But we do have the Spotlight that we do on our social media. There's a form on the website where you can submit that info. Still lets me. Like wake up in the middle of the night having flashbacks and stuff. Is it a resin RG Sosby to the Spotlight? Did we post that one yet? I know we got like 20 something in the Spotlight pool right now to pull from. Using God Hands to build the action base 5 clear seems like it mostly caused the gates to shatter. Any recommendations on how to cut clear runners? Clear are rough. What are you building, Nick? Josh, I am working on the HG Silver Bullet. Gonna head out. Good luck, everyone. See you later, Nathan. You find out who owns the rights to music, contact them and request permission, get it in writing. That's a very simplified rundown. Yeah, but I mean, Okay, so I reach out to probably Sunrise or Bandai or something, but I don't see there being a super strong reason for them to give permission. Actually, stick around tonight. Just finished a 12-day run at work, so I can take 8 days off for my birthday starting today. Nice. Eight consecutive days off sounds amazing. The store continues to grow. Are there any possibilities to have exclusive model kits, add-ons, e.g. example, P-Bandai exclusive, etc.? I guess I don't know until we get there, but like we're not going to carry P-Bandai stuff. I suppose we could get to a scale where they decide to do some sort of Mecha Warehouse exclusive, but as far as I know, Bandai hasn't done an exclusive with any other US-based store at least, so that's a pretty significant level of growth considering we don't know where it's at. Six-day vacation for Kansai Gundam cosplay there. Cool, Sean. I haven't had like a true vacation since like 2019 or something. Sounds like it'd be wonderful though. Nick, how's tonight's build going? Good so far. Straight days off seems like hell. I'd have to be productive in some other part of life. Well, I mean, I could find other parts of life to be productive in, or places to go and things to do. Like, that part's easy. It's just taking a few days off of having to go to the warehouse and have everybody's problems be my problems. Cool to see my warehouse grow over the last few years. Yeah, Han has been pretty interesting. I think the next year or two have a lot more cool stuff in store. Days of catching up on backlog, right? How's your new hiring going? Good, Renegade Leader. We got two starting this week. Probably be hiring again actually in like a month or two once we get to the new warehouse. Game industry, haven't had a real vacation with 3 days off in a row in almost 5 years. Ouch. It's a Victor. Like a Gundam helmet, but that's a big project that would take me away from the kids for a while. Wife and I had our first paid time off ever, and I bought 2 kids one vacation for Mecha Warehouse. Nice brand. Personal growth achievement that you've accomplished that doesn't pertain to Mecha Warehouse. I don't know what's it got to be related to. I feel like almost everything I've been doing has been related to Mecha Warehouse over the last few years, so I'm trying to think what And how far back? What's the time window? Achieved plenty of personal things. Full mechanics kits compared to RE100. I'm working on the Lindworm right now and debating picking up the Seed FM line. I think they're pretty comparable. But I haven't built either, so I guess I shouldn't speak on that with any sort of real authority. When you guys usually shipped after an order is placed on Friday. So ECG, that's a tough question. Usually if you look at the last, 6 months, an order placed on Friday, if it isn't shipped on Friday, would often be shipped on Monday. Now the last, say, 4 to 6 weeks, an order placed on Friday gets shipped anywhere between Friday and maybe Tuesday or Wednesday if it's a really crazy Friday. Only because our packing station is the limiting factor right now. We can only have the one. We can set up a temporary one, but we don't really have the space to do that most of the time. So, yeah. Like that's the limiting factor. We've been getting a lot more orders lately. We've had these big restocks, like record Fridays, like almost every Friday. This has been kind of nuts. Once we move, we should be back to that like same day or next day consistently. Okay. Personal achievement in the last 5 years, or what are some goals that you were aiming for before Mecha Warehouse became a priority? God, what would be like I don't know, this is the jiu-jitsu brown belt, but I don't know if that was really a goal or more so just something that happens or happened. Personal goal, but not related to Mecha Warehouse. Like, I don't know, I feel like my life's been so encompassed by this project, if you will. All right. Okay, when your kid's a black belt and a headband. Yeah, no. All right, let's do the next draw. So, question this time. Let's make the question, what's a goal you have in your own Gunpla building, since we're just talking about goals. What's a goal that you have in your own Gunpla building, and a number between 1 and 300. Remember, you need both the number and the answer to the question in the same comment or the same chat message. One number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses, and we will draw in a little bit. Reduce my backlog. I feel that one. Okay. So the other side hand. Let's do the open hand for the left side, I think. F18 D1. Bunch of scribing, painting, full paint job. airbrushing. Texturing and weathering Zigaki, cool. Design, distribute custom parts, interesting. Don't forget, you need to post a number and an answer to the question in the same comment, or you will not win. We don't want to see that ever happen again, because that's a little painful. Having to Nick's tips on advanced water slide techniques. I still need to do the advanced water slide techniques. I've never used softener. I've never had a kit that I've needed to use it, and so I'm just not comfortable really talking about how to use it. So one of these days I'll get around to trying it, but I really don't want to talk about something and try to claim I know what I'm doing. The speed is... Any speed builders out there? And already says if speed is slow, then yeah, I'm a speed builder. I guess slow is a speed, technically. I probably have the record for fastest Magnac build ever. And the logistics question, Nick, I tend to order small stuff from time to time. Decals most of the time. I try to order it when I purchase kits, but how are shipping when it comes to small stuff? So we do a $5. The $5 flat rate for decals and small items like that still exists. So if you order just decals, it's $5. Some small items, like if you ordered a Gundam marker, for example, a single marker, I think that one fits into that $5 category. Same in shape, round as a shape, just saying. Softener on the big decals that are more difficult and on bands. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty common thing, but you can also use it to drop decals into panel lines and stuff like that. And I'd like to have tried it and have a good example of it. Okay, I think I need new sponges. No, my lawnmower has 2 speed settings, and one of them is a turtle, so slow is definitely a speed. How's the new store hunting? So we've got a new a warehouse location that we're currently, I guess we'd say technically at negotiations for, or in the lease phase. Maybe we're past the initial negotiation. Basically when you lease commercial property, especially larger commercial properties like the ones we're looking at, generally the first step is a letter of intent, which is like a document that says that you are interested in the space and lays out the kind of the biggest terms, you know, what the monthly rent is, how long the lease is, things like that. And it's kind of a way to make sure that everybody's on the same page before you get the lawyers involved and do the fancy stuff. So that we have that signed and agreed on by both parties. We're still waiting for the lease, and then hopefully there won't be any gotchas in there and we can get it signed relatively quickly. So with some luck, we'll have an announcement about a new space and all the details on that. I'll be able to start figuring out the move. You want to experience using Mark Software, get a Star Trek ship with wallpaper decals. Crew to cover the water slide techniques. I don't know that anybody on the team currently has done any softener stuff, but I'm not sure. Some guys would love to see the new place. I think there were a few quick shots of it in the weekly update this week. I didn't watch the weekly updates, so I'm not sure. I think Santana said she was going to try to put some in. G4 and 5. What is scribing? I'm too lazy to live stream and Google on my phone. So basically etching. It's cutting, scribing new lines, panel lines into the model. How many minions are there now? I've lost count. Today there are 3 active, technically 4 if you count Orion. He still hasn't been able to come back yet. But by the end of the week, when everybody's officially started up, we'll be at 5 active, or 6 if you counted Orion. We'll probably need like 1, maybe 2 more when it comes to the new warehouse to be able to comfortably do the 2 packing station thing on busy days. But then we'll hopefully be able to ramp up hours on people instead of having to hire for a little while. One thing on my poster, little one looks absolutely fantastic. Do you have any plans for future merch? Tons of plans. Company's allowed in chat. I mean, to fair, he hasn't started yet, so. Where do you get those sprue holders? We've got them on the website. They're from Tag Art. He's is a pre-minion. To the initiation jumping in yet. Yeah, we haven't been able to take them out back and beat them with socks full of soap or whatever yet. So, you ever do custom lighting? I haven't yet. I want to try it at some point. Uniform should be yellow shirts with blue suspenders. Can pre-minions win the prize? I mean, technically, I think we don't have an official policy on that. Tend to prevent employees from winning like build contests and stuff. You need to engineer similarities sets. I've been thinking about it. I need a lot of time to be able to do that, though. I haven't done a lot of commercial products either, so I have to figure out all that stuff too. You gotta worry about like FCC compliance and stuff like that when you sell electronics products. I think it's grew. So, you know, the finer grit sandpaper wears up faster. I see it change color, but I can't tell. It might. It's the opposite of minion, is it? Managing drawing time. Oh crap. We called it out a while ago, didn't we? Okay, number range is what? 1 to 300. Called out time. 281. I don't see one, but we've also been chatting a while. I don't know if we outran the chat here. Let's see. I can verify real quick here. It's probably a miss, but once the my chat app here catches up, I can download the log. USB power sources for my LED project. So yeah, there's plenty of good options for that end of things. If I designed one, I'd want to make a little controller that could do all sorts of fancy lighting patterns. We need to be under 123. The next draw will definitely basically do whatever our number of people is and draw multiple times if we have to. Last week it was one super fast, so. Okay, so. doesn't look like we have a winner. So we'll draw again in a little bit. Really shortly, actually. Lightning round. Last one, we'll do multiple draws against the same numbers people pick if need be. So we should have a winner one way or another. Okay, Nick, I'll take the Hi-Nu since nobody won. Yeah, I'm sure you would do us all that favor, right? They're in stock, right? Yeah, I've been told we've got one or two in the warehouse. Take a vacation from my jobs to help with the move to the new warehouse. I'll accept payment in kits. I'm both really looking forward and really not looking forward to move week, whenever that is. It's gonna be a lot of stuff to do. Sucks that it does. Be doing the same if rent keeps going the way it is. Trade before and have to move sucks more. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to even do an inventory before we move, but we're definitely going to do one after the move in case stuff falls out of the move. We're due to excuse me, try to catch up on a lot of inventory stuff. And we just haven't been able to because we've been so slammed. Luggage warehouse many moons ago, and we moved warehouses. It really sucked. We were operating out of both for like a week, and it was really confusing until we got everything up, I bet. If you throw away the large boxes, the kids come in and could use some of the cases. Yeah, we recycle them, but you or anybody else who's ever at the warehouse, if you need some cardboard, we got cardboard. think I brought like 2 truckloads to the transfer station this week. Did we win in the last draw? I don't believe so. The fun part about moving is playing around with the new layouts. I'm looking forward to the new setup and just trying to figure out how to get it all moved, but the actual work itself is going to suck. Okay, so we got one more draw. What's a good question? What's the time frame of magnetic LEDs? You're going to carry them for Gundam. The display magnetic LEDs, I think, will hopefully go up this week, if I remember correctly, and if the timing works out. Okay, so what's the question? Oh yeah, so let's go with the question from the Thursday post. So let's put a number in the chat from 1 to 120 and answer the question: UC or AC? Universal Century or After Colony? Remember, 1 number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to US addresses. Your response needs an answer to the question and the number in the same post. 1 to 120. Next box. I don't think I've even heard of that game. Awesome, I'll definitely be taking scroll by some of that off you, definitely. Same thing goes for pallets. If anybody is in the area and ever needs pallets for anything, we've been getting a lot of pallets lately. I've been bringing them home because my local dump lets me dump them for free, but it's getting to be a lot. I won't have to worry about it as much in the new warehouse, but the current warehouse pallets are a big problem right now. PC4. I'll play house with the pallets. I've thought about it. I don't have time to do that kind of stuff though. Make a big fire and toss the pallets in. I mean, I could, but it still doesn't say, like, the problem is I got to bring them home. So like bringing them to the dump isn't that big a deal. It's more the fact that I have to bring them home in order to bring them to the dump. I think it just gets old throwing a handful of pallets in a truck and unloading them. Did you get credit for turning pallets back to the shipping company? We don't. I'm surprised you don't have anyone coming by to ask. It used to work a lot of warehouses. We would give them to people who asked. They'd sell it back to companies. So I used to put them up on Craigslist, but it seemed like we get more pallets than I get comers for that. There's companies that'll come take them for free, but you need to have like 30 pallets for it to be worth the trip for them. And we can't fit 30 pallets in the warehouse. Our landlord won't let us put pallets outside. Dangerous is pretty much a galaxy-sized trucking simulator. Lots of stuff to do, but most of the part I've seen is haul stuff from one station to another. Interesting. Missed it. What's the question range? Question is UC or AC, and the number range is 1 to 120. Pallets are made of pressure-treated wood, so they release chemicals that can kill you. And then there's that too. There's a lot of PT on pallets. The problem a lot of pallets I've been getting lately from Bandai are just nasty. They're not like new clean pallets. They're like definitely been repaired, broken, whatever. Space Sim, Train Exploring, Combat, and one scale model the Milky Way. Sagittarius A, and it took weeks. Places to buy your pallets. Yeah, there are, but the ones that I can sell pallets to, you need to sell a lot of them for them to buy them. At least around here. We're going to locate some leg rocket nozzles for a 100 Gundam. I'm not sure. I think there's some MSG sets that are nozzles. Bricker cement company that buy the pallets up like wildfire. I'll have to look around. I know there's pallet refurb companies around that'll take them. Just the one I talked to recently wasn't interested unless I had like 30 pallets. Otherwise, they wanted to charge me to take them. Okay, I'm gonna call time here in a moment. Okay, calling time. So we're both looking good, Nick. Thanks, Kevin. I was like, Eve, at first I go watch a show or something while traveling, but nope, slower and manual. How does flight work for something that's that far? So low-grade pallets have a little smell to them that are made of shit. They smell like it too, no joke. Oh, right. So draw here, we got number 93. Ooh, that's super fitting. Isn't the new and Hi-Nu both the RX 93? Basically, have like hyperspace jumps between star systems. It's like Taylor. Looks like we have a winner. Congratulations, Taylor. You can send an email to support@mechawarehouse.com with your info, and we'll send that kit out this week sometime. Plot course, jump system to system. Or the suit itself, wicked. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's awesome. So we got a winner. We made some progress. The arm's done. Started the ankles / feet. So next week we'll hopefully get the feet and legs done probably. Maybe another stream for the backpack depending on how that goes. Excuse me. So, with that in mind, I think I'm going to call it right there. I'm definitely exhausted. I need some sleep. We should be back at it next week, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll be continuing work on this kit. Hopefully, have some other awesome kit to give away. Don't forget the RG Hi-Nu, along with a bunch of other stuff restocked this week. And we've got a lot of good stuff that's been holding on for multiple weeks, too. So there's plenty of stuff over at mechawarehouse.com if you're interested. And yeah, otherwise, I will see you all next time. Have a good evening. Have a good rest.